Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just apply it there.
Have you ever seen a photo that just sticks with you? One that tells an entire story in a single frame? Well, today we're diving into one of the most mysterious and enduring photographs ever taken. It's an image that has haunted people for over half a century. The scene is a train station. The year is 1969. A young man with long hair, wearing a suede jacket, leans out of a train window. He's locked in a passionate kiss with a young woman on the platform. It's Christmas Eve, and the air is thick with emotion. Is this a happy reunion? A painful goodbye? We don't know. The only clue is the sign on the train, London. This single image, captured by a budding photographer named Terence Spencer, would go on to have a life of its own, reappearing decade after decade, sparking endless curiosity. Terence Spencer wasn't just any photographer. He was a former Royal Air Force pilot who had turned his passion for photography into a career. On that Christmas Eve in 1969, he was on assignment for Life magazine, tasked with capturing the holiday rush at railway stations. He wandered through the crowds at London's Euston Station, looking for that perfect storytelling shot. And then he saw them. This couple, lost in their own world, oblivious to the chaos around them. Spencer raised his camera and took the shot, a single click of the shutter. Just like that, a moment was frozen in time. But here's where the story gets interesting. When Life magazine published their feature on the holiday season, this photo wasn't included. It was just one of hundreds Spencer had taken. Suddenly, the kiss took on a somber tone associated with loss and emptiness. But the photo's journey was just beginning. Throughout the 70s and 80s, it started popping up everywhere. For some, it was the ultimate symbol of romance and passion. For others, it represented a sad, final farewell. The couple in the photo became anonymous icons of love and longing. The mystery deepened because no one knew who they were. Terence Spencer himself had no idea. He hadn't asked for their names. He was just a photographer capturing a fleeting moment. Did he ever come back from London? Did their love last? As the photo's fame grew, so did the public's desire to identify the couple. Who were these two lovers? What was their story? The questions were endless, and the answers were nowhere to be found. For decades, the mystery remained unsolved. People wrote letters to magazines, shared theories online, and even claimed to be the couple in the photo. Several individuals came forward, but their stories never quite matched up. The man's jacket was wrong. The woman's hair was different. The details were always slightly off. The real couple seemed destined to remain anonymous forever. Their kiss immortalized, but their identities lost to time. It was almost as if people preferred the mystery. The photo became a universal symbol, belonging to everyone and no one at the same time. The fact that it was taken on Christmas Eve only added to the romance and melancholy of the scene. One day, the mystery was finally starting to unravel. Barbara, whose full name is Barbara Soper, contacted the newspaper and shared her story. The man in the photograph was her husband, Ian. She recalled that day vividly. Ian, a university student, was heading back to his family home for Christmas. They had just gotten married a few months earlier. This was one of their first goodbyes as a married couple. They were young, deeply in love, and sad to be partying, even for just a few days over the holiday. She remembered the kiss clearly, but had no idea a photographer had been there. For over 4 decades, she had been completely unaware that her private moment had become a public sensation, a symbol of romance for millions of people who had no idea who she was. She explained that Ian had indeed come back from his trip. It wasn't a final goodbye at all. So what happened to Ian? The story takes a bittersweet turn here. Barbara and Ian's love story was a real and lasting one. They stayed married for many years and had children together. They built a life, a family, and a home. The passion captured in that photograph wasn't just a fleeting moment. It was the start of a long journey together. However, tragically, Ian had passed away from cancer just a few years before the photo resurfaced and Barbara identified them. He never got to see his younger self become a global icon of love. It was a time capsule, a reminder of the beginning of their life together, of their youth and their powerful connection. It was a hello to their future, not a goodbye forever. The world saw the last kiss, a symbol of a final, dramatic farewell. But for Barbara, it was just one of many kisses in a long and loving marriage. The story of the last kiss is a powerful reminder of how a single image can take on a life of its own. It shows how we, as viewers, fill in the blanks and create narratives based on our own experiences and emotions. For decades, the world saw tragedy and finality, but the reality was a story of enduring love, a happy marriage, and a family. The photo wasn't the end of a story. It was the very beginning. It's a testament to the power of photography to freeze a moment and make it eternal. Terence Spencer, the man behind the lens, how he managed to capture something universal in that single frame. The intensity of young love was just astonishing. The pain of separation and the hope of reunion. And while the mystery of their identities is now solved, the emotional power of the photograph remains. It continues to resonate with people, a timeless image of love against the backdrop of a hurried, indifferent world. It's not a tale of a final, heartbreaking goodbye. It's the story of Barbara and Ian, a young married couple, stealing a moment of passion on a crowded platform before a brief holiday separation. It's a story of a love that lasted a lifetime. And in a way, knowing the truth makes the image even more beautiful. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind iconic photographs. See you in the next video. End of transmission. Reality will now resume.
Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just kind of